Baba zingela, see yo zingela baba, we baba zingela, see yo zingela baba, we baba zingela, see yo zingela baba.
My name is Ruth Lynn Solomons. I'm the resident dance supervisor for The Lion King on Broadway. On stage, I have about 45 people at any one point. A lot of it has to do with the fact that this show is ensemble-driven. The ensemble is like a principal player. They are scenery, they are moving bodies, they are creating this atmosphere on the stage at all times. So there's a lot of people intermingled in and out, weaving in and out of the show that I'm constantly keeping an eye on. For me, it was about mostly understanding what the movement is trying to say. Once I understood that, then it was like really clear why the movement was the way it was. Because it's specifically designed, these are lions, they're not gonna dance like the ballerinas. They're just not going to. So you have to understand that.
Most shows on Broadway have just a female and a male dance captain, but we're lucky enough to have a resident dance supervisor.
They go on a lot, which is why my position's really needed here.
Ruth Lynn actually watches from the house, and she's not a performing cast member, so she can actually see more of the show.
I think that's where my position comes in. I take up the slack for all that and basically help them by supervising them.
Every day I learn something new from her, how to teach, how to rehearse, how to give notes. So I'm lucky enough to work with her and to learn from her every day.
My name's Charity Deluetta, and I'm ensemble in Lion King on Broadway. I am the newest member. I'm so excited. I'm trying to be a sponge and just soak everything up.
Everything is just so new to her. She's never done the show before. She's learning how to do strange things with her face, like clicking with her mouth and, doing slushing sounds with her tongue, because she's, going to be singing in a dialect that she never had to sing before. It's South African language.
Ruth Lynn is really cool. She's very nice. Very patient for those days that my body just doesn't want to work and my mind doesn't want to work.
The Charity is teeny.
I'm 5 foot, about 105 pounds, so some of the things are as tall as me, so I just really have to have a different type of mindset and just go with it.
We're asking her to do something that she's never done before that's really above and beyond the call in a lot of ways, because it's not enough to be a great dancer. It's not enough to have a lovely voice. Now you have to take this thing that you have in your hand and bring it, make it live.
I had a vision in my head of how everything should look and feel. We got really focused on trying to bring a sense of authenticity for everything.
It seemed like a big idea in a big world to recreate this league in the 70s, the exact same logos and everything.
It's funny because he says my game, my style of game is how they used to play in the 70s.
I wanted the playing to feel real.
We had a 2-week training camp with basketball coordinator extraordinaire Mark Ellis out of the University of South Carolina.
I want us to play basketball hard. Let's pay tribute and homage to the ABA Basketball League. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
We were all committed to trying to bring a sense of legitimacy, not just in terms of getting the teams that would be in the movie in shape, but also to get them to learn and understand how the game was played in the 70s in the ABA and to really do justice to that. And the real challenge was to find a place that felt like it really would exist in Flint. And we found this one gym at the Los Angeles Fire Department Training Center, and it was just a barrel-shaped ceiling with this really cool pattern on the ceiling that looked very period, and a gym floor.
The only impediment that it had was this big artillery gun that we're calling the cannon. And when we first scouted here, they told me that it couldn't be moved. And I said, oh, I don't want it moved. And they said, well, here's how we might be able to cover it up. And I said, no, let's build around it.
It's all plywood made to look like concrete.
Real hollow sounding.
And it feels really distressed. like it's been there for a while. We found these plastic seats that were vintage from the day. And we really got lucky when we went to Michigan to scout for all of our exterior shooting. We went to the fairgrounds in Michigan, and it turned out that they have a coliseum there that has the same barrel-shaped ceiling, so we were able to make a really great match. I was able to get George Gervin, Artis Gilmore, and James Silas. They were huge stars in the ABA.
It was exciting that Artis Gilmore and Gervin and Bill Walton, who came by the set, and James Silas and those guys were really blown away by the authenticity of the look of the movie and what we're doing, and so that's kind of really flattering when those guys are able to say, wow, this looks great.
I'm amazed, you know, at the style, the clothes, the short shorts, you know, the afros. I mean, they had some style.
I voted for shorter shorts.
I think for them, they probably felt like they stepped into a time machine.
It really brought back memories. When I look at Artis with his afro on, he really looked like he did back then when he played. Back in the 70s, this is how we dressed.